To the channel. We have got to talk about one of my favorite people when it comes to NFL analysts. Of course, I say that sarcastically, and that is Chris Sims, Nepo baby himself, talking about his quarterback rankings this season and where he places Jalen Hurts. Now, here's the thing I want to make clear as we get into this. By the way, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here, checking out the channel. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, do me a quick favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as well on this journey. I truly do appreciate it. It helps out a lot. So, here's the thing I want to make this clear. One of the great things about sports and being fans is debating, right? And having these conversations. And we're not always going to agree. And that's perfectly fine. I had so many conversations or debates or, really arguments with my dad growing up about who's better at this, which team's better, which player's better. Uh, Want to flip the basketball for a second. I was like, Wilt Chamberlain, greatest basketball player of all time, even though I didn't actually see him play because I was too young. It was all about film for me and stats. And my dad insisted it was Michael Jordan. And we could both bring a whole lot of things to that debate that says this is why, right? Let's go flip it to football. We'll go with two guys whose careers overlapped a lot, right? Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. You could be on either side of that, and you could have a whole lot of good things to say about why your guy is number one. And that's cool. And you could agree to disagree or, just yell and insult each other. But what really pisses me off about the whole Eagles narrative stuff, and especially in recent years with Jalen Hurts, is one, we know a lot of it happens because they hate us, right? They're jealous of the passionate Philly fan base. There's a reason we were just ranked number one best fan base in the NFL. But that is the lies, the nonsense, the belief in things that we already know are not true, that have been disproven. And that's what Chris Sims does right here. And that's what really pisses me off. And we can listen to it right here in the beginning. We'll get the introduction, and then we're going to listen to the little bit of what he says and why it really, really pisses me off, and I'm sure pisses off a lot of you as well, because and it's the same thing so many of them have said. So let's dig into Chris Sims getting into why Jalen Hurts is ranked where he is. Did I even mention where he is? Well, if you don't know, here we go.
Jalen Hurts.
100%.
Chris, you famously ranked him number 25 in 2022. He was number 10 last year,
Yeah.
9 the year before that, 7 in 2023. So you've had Hurts in the top 10 three
Yeah,
times,
I did.
but this is a massive drop off,
Yeah.
10 to 21.
Well, I think in taking everything in account and what I know, and then again, what I've always talked about too. I mean, to me, this is one of the biggest issues in all of football. I mean, the quarterback, the highest paid guy on the team, won't do what the coaches say to do, won't do what the play says to do, and won't do what the defense says the play should do. And so,
Right there is what pisses me off because hey, we've heard this recently, right? This is all stemming from the anonymous source crap that we've completely debunked, that we've shown Jalen Hurts debunk. I did a video, what, last week or the week before, and I didn't show all of it, but I showed a lot of it that was, like 6 or 7 minutes long, and it was Jalen Hurts under center as a Philadelphia Eagle repeatedly doing play action, handing the ball off, throwing short, throwing long, throwing intermediate, throwing across the middle, throwing out wide right, throwing out wide left. He did completely turning his back on the defense as he would drop back. He did everything that they keep saying he won't do. We've talked about the things where he said, hey, they let me out of the straitjacket. How we talk about he wants to do this, he wants to do that. We saw, there's that clip with I think it was Steve Mariucci a while back where they're discussing football and he's drawing up a play, and the play he draws up has him under center. So we know all of the stuff that Chris Sims just said is a lie, and we've proven it to be a lie. And that's what pissed me off. How can we take Chris Sims seriously where there's no credibility here when he either one is so incompetent and so unprepared that he shouldn't be on a show talking about the NFL, or he knows that none of this is true. He knows that it's been debunked, but he is so married to his narrative and his Jalen Hurts hate that he's going to completely ignore it and just continue to parrot the lies That's what they seem to do, right? We've done Colin Cowherd. They all could say this. We've debunked it, but they all continue to say the same lies. And again, we've also talked about the many times where Jalen Hurts has switched out of a play with success, right? I think I forget which one of it was, but one of them was one of the big Saquon Barkley 60-yard runs in 2024 where it was Jalen Hurts switched out of a play. There's the play I showed it in a video, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, maybe last month with the what was it, the wheel route from Saquon Barkley out of the backfield for a long touchdown from Jalen Hurts down the sideline, and Saquon, and that was Jalen switching out of the play to something that, by the way, wasn't even in the playbook. So maybe that's not the best example, but the point is, he saw the defense, he switched out of the play that he was running into a play that was successful. So again, everything Chris Sims just said is a lie. Everything he just said is incorrect. And we've known that for a while, and yet he's still saying it.
Oh, that's a problem. You know, he knows how to play. There's no doubt. He's still a great athlete. He's tough. There's no doubt about that. He throws a really good deep ball. There's no doubt. But I came away actually watching it going, damn, it was worse than I remembered. That's what I'm going to tell you. I mean, missed throws, turned down throws, people, as we broke down a few times during the year, where you go, what do we look? There's people open everywhere, and we're not throwing it. I don't know what we're doing, right? Oh, there's a 10-yard out. It's third down. Oh, it doesn't even look that way. It's like, man, you had the first down right there. That was it. But we're kind of dancing around the pocket that way. So to me, it was all over. It's not even close. It was the worst year of quarterbacking for Jalen Hurts I've seen in the last few years. I thought.
So again, I don't know what film he's watching because we've broken down many, many times how awful the offense is. And by the way, Kevin Patullo got fired. We've all talked about, and I've shown it on here again, where we'd send out four receivers and they'd all run 5 yards and sit down across the field. We've shown Jalen Hurts make throw after throw that was accurate, that was on time. We've seen him make the throws into tight windows. So again, I'm asking Chris Sims, what were you watching that says this? Now he talks about the worst season. Was Jalen Hurts statistically, if you look at it, was it as good in 2025 as it was in 2024? No. But neither was the team, right? Like I think we don't give Jalen Hurts any credit for things he does well. We blame Jalen Hurts for the team. When the team does well, it's, "Oh, well, Jalen Hurts is being carried." When the team doesn't do as well, it's, "Oh, it was Jalen Hurts' fault." Again, how can it be as bad as Chris Sims saying when Jalen Hurts set a career high for touchdown passes in a season and also only threw 6 picks, which is second fewest in the league, and 4 of those 6 were in one game. So again, Chris, what is it that you're watching?
Thought, even with last year, I went, he played and had some moments in the pocket where I went, I think this is going in the right direction. I think we're going in the right direction here. And he totally proved me wrong this year. And to where I think we took a step back. And I think, again, that's why we are where we are, where Philadelphia is letting out little shots of like, hey, it better get better.
Right.
Hey, this could be the last year. Hey, this is the last year of guaranteed money. It's not because they're like, oh,
And again, great example, which is why I let this go as far as it is. And there's a lot more, but the guaranteed money thing, right? We've talked about this. It's not the last season of guaranteed money. Again, that was debunked when it came out, which was what, months ago at this point? And here's Chris Sims still talking about stuff that we know isn't true. My God, my man. You get paid to do this for a living, and you can't do the tiniest bit of preparation. It's embarrassing.
he's playing phenomenally. Yeah, we want to sign him up forever. They're going, damn. No, not only
Who's doing that? Again, all we've had is anonymous sources. We know that a lot of it has been debunked, and Kevin Patullo was fired.
is we handcuffing the offense in the week leading up to the game, but then when you watch the game itself, yeah, decisions, right, are not always that great. Decisions, and to me, it can go being too conservative at times because I don't feel like he trusts where the ball will go at times because he doesn't have great control and throws that I would tell you are 20 to 25 yards down the field.
Again, we've shown the videos repeatedly of him making those throws, so I don't know what you're watching, Chris.
field. And so that's where we are with Jalen Hurts. And yeah, he's a tough one. I know he's a winner. I always hear that from people. But I mean, damn, everybody won at Alabama and Oklahoma, and most people would win on this Philadelphia team too. So I'm sick of hearing that crap. That's just
Well, I'm sick of hearing this crap because I've proven over and over again that you're completely unprepared. You're a moron when it comes to doing this type of analysis. Dak Prescott, what has he won? If you go, oh, well, look at his numbers. Oh, well, Jalen Hurts could win with that team. Dak Prescott has had teams with more offensive Pro Bowlers than Jalen Hurts. He had a team one season, I forget what year it was, but he had, 2,000-yard receivers, 1,000-yard rusher, the best offensive line in football. He had basically an all-pro offense, and he won nothing. He won nothing. No, we're not talking about just winning. I've just gone through it. We've showed you the film that Jalen Hurts can throw the football.
kind of my feel there.
That's the tough part with
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is that in a vacuum, he was a great second round pick.
Exactly.
The Eagles won a Super Bowl. They almost won a second one. He was good enough
Yeah.
for them. He's a great second round quarterback, but it feels like we're dangerously inching towards now.
Yeah.
It's you gotta
Yeah, you got to put up or shut up.
right. Like
Right.
Sean Mannion is here, and we're gonna see what he brings to the table. And you can't run through this many offensive coordinators, and it's just always fire the offensive coordinator, fire the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
It's a weird combo because you could
All right, that's what I wanted to finish up with because, again, I don't know who this moron is, but also has no idea. Offensive coordinators for the Eagles were getting hired elsewhere. Offensive coordinators for the Eagles were getting hired as head coaches. We weren't firing the offensive coordinator every year. So again, this is just pure Jalen Hurts hate from ignorant people who should not be talking football. Put up or shut up. Again, I don't have the specifics right in front of me, but I think over his 5-year career where he's gone to the playoffs every single year, I think he's like 8th or ninth in passing yards. Like he's top 10 in all of these statistics that y'all want to look at us. Look how great this quarterback is. Jalen Hurts is in those conversations with the numbers. He has the stats to back it up for all these people like these fools who want to talk stats. And right there, again, I'm going to leave it with it, but I'm going to emphasize it again. This fool talks about, oh, you can't fire the offensive coordinator every year. We didn't. They went and got head coaching jobs because they were so damn successful thanks to Jalen Hurts. You absolute idiot. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. Truly appreciate it. I'll talk to you all later.